Bad weather coming for
After
Jamaica.
months of heavy rainfall, Jamaica could now be heading toward a harsh climate shift. This as forecasters warn that a developing El Nino system may bring scorching temperatures and dangerously dry conditions in the months ahead. But Jamaicans are still being urged to adequately prepare for the Atlantic hurricane season, which begins next month.
It's been an unusually wet past 4 months, and by all indications, it will be an unusually dry start to the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season, which begins on June 1. The Met Office on Tuesday issued a release warning of a developing El Nino phenomenon. The Met Office says, quote, should current projections materialize, Jamaica could experience reduced rainfall activity during the summer period and in the lead up to the primary rainfall season peaking in October. Such conditions, it says, may present challenges for water resources, agriculture, and broader environmental systems, including increased heat stress affecting crops and livestock. End quote. Ivan Thompson is Principal Director of the Met Service.
We recognize that the rainfall has really been decreasing over the island. Also, temperatures have been rising, and we're watching the El Nino as it seems to be developing this year, and it could be a very strong one. So we're watching it very closely. We'll be issuing any kind of releases that are necessary, and of course meeting with the whatever officials are necessary, but we want you to make sure that you take your information from credible sources. The Meteorological Service is on the ball.
But this may not be just an ordinary El Nino year, with conditions showing signs of developing into a far more intense super El Nino. Javoy Sawyers is a meteorologist.
We're projecting a super El Nino. An El Nino typically refers to an anomaly in the ocean temperatures of about half a degree or more. Now, with a super El Nino, that anomaly is about a 2-degree increase or more in ocean temperature waters. And this, coupled with the increasing global climate crisis and climate change based on the human factor, this is what we're looking at to push the El Nino further into a super phase, which would cause increased drought conditions in some places and also increased rainfall conditions in other places.
But he warns a hurricane is still possible.
The El Nino typically means a suppression of hurricane activity or tropical storm development. It doesn't mean that no hurricane or tropical storm will happen. It just means that we'll have a quieter year with regards to hurricane, but it only takes one hurricane, so it doesn't matter if it's a quiet year or active year. All it takes is one well-placed hurricane or one hurricane to sweep through the area.
Jamaicans, in the meantime, are being urged to start making preparations for the possible drought.
Start looking at reduced water use or trying to store as much water as possible. Persons may want to invest in a tank or so, because when we have these reduced rainfall activity, we typically, in the corporate area, get water lockoffs for a prolonged period of times. So persons may want to look into getting water storage facilities.
Amoy Harriet, CVM News.